whether we're talking about our forefathers or we're talking about today. Agricultural land is one of the most important aspects of everyday life. We have to eat, we have to feed our animals, we have to, food is a necessity in every aspect of daily life. You have to eat, you have to nourish your body, and what better way to invest than invest in something that's a daily necessity, right? So with this investment, with this first strategy, we're looking for companies, or mostly just one company I found in particular that is represented in 48, or I think it's represented in 48 states. I'm not quite sure. I know it's represented in the majority of the states. And what they do is they invest in land, and they buy a whole bunch of different land, and like I said, is now, besides the Trump war is going on with China, and with the tariffs and everything else, which is coming to an end hopefully very soon, the demand for commodities and fruits and vegetables and everything is never going to end. So it's a great way to, or rather, it's a great place to stash your money and hold it for a while, right? And continuously gain more and more and more money for your future, right? We're not talking about tomorrow. I mean, think about it. If you were to start a garden today, right, you still wouldn't get a vegetable for a few months. So if you think that this is a get-rich scheme, then it's just ludicrous, because a vegetable takes at least 4 or 5 or about 70 days for it to bear any vegetable anyway, right? So we're looking at this as going to be a long-term investment, 5, 10, 15 years, something that we put in right now, we forget about. We go back to our daily life just like everything else. And then 10, 15 years, let's say you have a 5-year-old, 13 years from now, you consistently put a little bit, I'm not talking a whole bunch, a little bit of money back into this, into, the economy, back into land, right? Our forefathers were in it. It's the best investment there is. Land is not going anywhere. It's a finite, right? There's a finite amount of land, which means that there's only so much of it, right? So, like, let's say cheese. There's not a finite amount of cheese. As long as there's cows, you can get more, right? But land is finite, right? Money is not even finite. The Federal Reserve can just print some more, right? Later on, we'll discuss how we can fight against that, how we can invest with the Federal Reserve and make money off of that. But right here, we're talking about an investment that's not going anywhere, because we're going to invest in the agricultural department. So we always have to eat until they come in the future and they give us a pill that solves everything. We don't have to eat anymore. This is a great investment for the long haul. Now let's get to the chart so I can explain which company I found and allow you to kind of see the vision that I see for the future and for your own personal success, your own personal wealth. So yeah, just like our forefathers, buying in agriculture, it's something that we all know is going to last forever, because we do have to eat. And with land, we're on land website right now, and it's really cool. You can come here and you can click here, and it shows you, well, over here it shows you in all the different spots that they have properties, right? And as you can see, they're in a lot of different places. So it's not like you're investing in just a little farm in North Carolina or Idaho, and a little farm in Idaho. You're actually investing in quite a large array of different properties, right? So you click on California, shows you how many different little farms they have in California. Let's click on, give it a second. So it shows you the plot, like the actual farm that they have right there. So it doesn't, I don't know exactly, yeah, wow. So yeah, it even tells you right here, 400 gross acres with 435 planted acres of pistachio trees in California, right? So it tells you what exactly. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What exactly? Oh, what exactly they produce at that farm. So we'll go to North Carolina. Let's see what they produce in North Carolina. Blueberries, strawberries, leafy greens, right? So what it does is, I mean, let's look at the pictures too. So there you go. It's kind of cool. It shows you what you're investing in, like what company, what product, and it's a great way. Now let's go back to the quotes of what it is. So let's not forget, it's a real estate investment trust. So it has a whole bunch of different properties over the last, let's look at 5 years, not 5 days. It's been consistent. So it's been consistently giving you money, and it just said, or they just came out recently that they're going to start paying you monthly, right? So opposed to just paying you quarterly, this is something that you can receive money monthly. I mean, who doesn't like that, right? The price right now is relatively cheap. It's good to get in. Everything on there is basically buy now, bullish on all factors. So, just a little recap and of the company and why I am telling you this is a great company for you to invest in the future. I'm not looking, we're talking about our kids. We're looking about 10, 15 years holding on to this. We're not talking about the next month, the next week, the next hour, right? We're talking the next few years, something that we can consistently gain 4% and feel comfortable because we know what it's invested in.